Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Exapunks. So we're back in this puzzle about moving signal between your left hand and your brain. I want to try one more solution. I know we've solved it a couple times, or well, 3 times now, and we keep finding slightly better ways, but I want to just try something. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but we can see. I want to make it a packet. Nothing says the data needs to come in continuously. It seems to just say it wants to have all the values in the right order. So, yeah. Wait, jump back to this one. Just, well, we'll just do it from scratch. So this will be the, well, let's start at, okay, let's delete this one. Delete it. Let's copy this and we'll mess with it. So, I like what these guys are doing. Well, not really. They're the ones that are taking up time. Let's change it so that, well, let's see if we can just implement it on the M first, on the walker. So I want to make it a packet instead of doing what we're doing. So you're going to make a file. And then you're going to copy 15 values into F. So that's 5. It's 14, isn't it? Not 15. So there. And then you're going to rep the main's fine. And then you're going to traverse. Link. 3. Link 3. So we're holding a file, and we're bringing the file 3, then 3, then 3, then 3. Now we're gonna read back into the nerve from the file. So seek minus 9999. You know, I'm betting this is not gonna be any better, but I just want to see if it works, kinda. Oh, it would be different. It would be. I'm just failing all over the place. Okay. I really hate that. When I'm sitting here and I press down, I end up at the end of the line. Why does it do that? It shouldn't do that. That's terrible. Look at that. How'd I end up on the other thing? I pressed control down and it ended weird. Then wipe your file and you're done. I just want to see if this does it, you know? And okay, it seems to work. This is, oops, not that. I wanted to see how that compares to other solutions. So it's so much less activity, and it maintained the slow cycles. Well, that's good. So what if we were to do the same? We'd be losing. We don't really have the size to deal with this. Well, unfortunately, I'm just gonna go with that. That's fine. We could make this, and then we could wrap this in a loop. I think we'll lose some cycles having to maintain a loop counter. Well, what if we were just cut it in half? I don't know. It feels like we're not. It feels like we're really running out of optimization space here. So I'm just gonna go with what I did. I think that it would be possible to eke out a bit more cycles by making it so that there isn't that no-op in the P's. But whatever. Let's move on. Modify the Sawayama Wonderdisc so it'll play games from a different region. Wonderdisc games are restricted by region locks. I love PS4, really. I do. Why? Business reasons, I guess. No, actually, I think it's really about regulatory. Like, they have to, if they want to sell a game with certain content, they have to get it reviewed by like the government board or something, and they region lock to guarantee that something they put in a game that like you're allowed to see in America but not in Australia, for example, would that's what the region locking is for. Maybe? I don't know. It's not about artificial scarcity. You wouldn't want gamers importing titles too easy. The less effort it takes, the less special it is. Okay. Modify your Wonderdisc, which normally only plays SSEA region games, to play games from any region. The SSEA region code is available in file 300. It is not necessary to leave no trace. Your EXAs should be written to operate indefinitely. See hardware hack Sawayama. Oh, I have to go look up a new infrastructure. Let me look around. Region locking basics. So how does this work? Wonderdiscs are region locked by scattering region codes throughout the tracks on the discs. If the OS detects a region code that doesn't match its built-in region code, it will refuse to play the game. Unfortunately, the Wonderdisc OS is locked down inside the reality processor, which is well defended and inaccessible to outside EXAs. So yeah, we can't get into that. But, like a mountain fortress, there's other ways in, like hiding in empty sake barrels or crawling. What? Like, okay. The disk drive itself is the flaw. So it's possible to connect to a debug port on the disk drive and inject one or more EXAs into the disk controller. So this is the disk drive. You then read the track register to find out which track the Wonderdisc needs you to read from. Grab that file and make a copy of it, replacing the disk's region code with the region code of your Wonder device. When you drop the modified track copy into the buffer host, an EXA from the reality processor should come out and carry the file back where your EXAs aren't allowed to go. I get it. I like it. Okay, there's a small catch. The drive itself must be unlocked. When you're not modding your console, this will happen automatically, but you'll need to provide the key yourself. And they give you the code. Really? See, I don't like that at all. They're forcing you to use the manual. I mean, you can puzzle this out, but you'll never find that code unless you look in the manual and see it. So, I am unhappy with that. Anyway, let's just put it in and let's find out how it's gonna work. So this is the test. We're not actually gonna solve it this time. So we need to how do we do that? It's the auth. I guess you throw it into the auth. Okay. So copy 8 into on. And let me just make a bunch of these. It's a really long key. Like, what's the point of this? 0, 3, 2, 7, 1, 0, 4, 9, 5, 1, 2, oops, 5, 2, 6. Why does it have to be that long? Whatever. Okay. So at that point, the track says what it wants next. So it wants the 209. Now we need to go into 209 and make a copy of it, but replacing the SSEC with SSEA. Okay, so you're gonna be the authorizer. Auth. Well, no, you're gonna be the main. You're just gonna, when you're done with that, you'll do a replicate, I guess. How do we want to do this? Make it grab the thing first, I guess. So grab 300. Enter that in. Well, do you need to? You don't really need to grab 300. Well, you do, but then you need to put it right down again. So just copy F to X, then wipe 300. Wipe. It doesn't even need a wipe. We don't need to hide traces. You just drop it. Do we need to drop it? Kinda. No, we don't need to drop it. Just go ahead and hold it there. So this guy, you've entered the code, and now you are just gonna go ahead. You're gonna be the dispatcher, I think. So see, the files are of different lengths is the issue. Oh, never mind. We'll just have one do it all the time. We don't need to have like one per file. We can just have one do it the entire time. It'll be slow, but it'll be easier to think of. So make a copy now that we've unlocked this ridiculously long thing. That is going to, well, no, this works, Go ahead, make a copy, and start it at get track. Sure. And now, while this thing is going, it's gonna have its own thing. So it's gonna have mark main, jump main. It's just gonna copy over and over again. So copy X M over and over and over again, just to make sure that we always have an M available, or this SSEA available for each one. So this one, and I should just, whatever. Now that we, well, this needs to be above here. Okay, so now we're there. This is unlocked. This has the number we need. Our X value is currently SSEA, but we're gonna ignore that because it's not helping us. So you need to copy from track into your X. I don't know what this number is, unfortunately. Why is that not working? It's not getting here. Oh, because we have put the link in the wrong spot. It's 801. Okay. So link 801, then grab X. Well, I mean, we could set up a receiver sender sort of thing. We need to leave the file there, so I think we're gonna need to copy the file. So this will not just be copying X and M. It is going to be you're going to link to 800, and your thing is you're just gonna be how are we gonna do I want to do the replacement on the output or the input? Do I want to have this guy be looking the SSEAs or this guy? I guess it's got to be this guy. But I don't know if I can do it at the same time. So if I were to, like, okay, so say I'm here and I've got a file. I've got something in the M directory and it is a SSEC and I want it. I can either copy that. Okay, if I test what's in there, we're gonna have to test to see if every single value is SSEA. So I'm trying to avoid unnecessary seeking is the issue. Do we just want to copy everything and then walk through it at the end? Maybe. That seems really slow. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it so that while we're building the new file, we do the substitution. But like, if we say test M CC SSEA, then the value in M is gone. And if it is not that, we would have to, Okay, so what we could do is we could read the value from M into X, then do test to X, which would mean we need to have the 300 file over here. No, because that's, because that's, X has to have SSEA in order for us to, I think we're gonna have to have a 3-step process. Yeah, So we're gonna send one guy in, and he's gonna read the file, and we'll make a copy of it. That's just flat out, without any changes at all. And then another guy is gonna take it, parse it for the SSEA, and replace it. Well, replace the SSECs with the SSEAs. Well, wait a minute. How do we even do that? Because we can't test to see if it's SSEA. We can't test to see if it's SSEC. Wait a minute. Let me look at this file again. So these files have SSECs in them. How do we recognize that as something that's different from a number? Wait a minute, let me go look at the keyword. So if it's keyword, it tests alphabetical order. So if I say if SSEA is less than, if this value is greater than SSEA, this will return false, this will return true. Okay, that's how we can do that. That's a little messy. Okay, let's just restart. So we said that this guy's holding the 300, so we've got to do the second step. This guy over here, well, I'm just gonna have him drop the 300, and then yeah, drop the 300, and then drop, I mean, whatever you got. And then you're gonna go in and you're gonna get the file. You are gonna be this guy that gets tracked. So yeah, get rid of all that. Get rid of all this. It's gonna need to be looped. How are we gonna do this? So mark main. You're going to copy the track number into your X, and I can skip all this stuff because we'll have to do it after the fact. So this is all kind of pre-processing, and now we have our actual loop. And our actual loop is to see what the next track is, then go in and get it and start reading it and outputting, well, make a receiver copy. And then you're going to go in, you're going to get it. You're going to test EOF, well, mark read file, test EO, well, copy F to M, then test EOF, and if true, then next, mark next, is you're going to drop link -1 and then jump to main. How is the other one gonna know that we finished sending it records? Are they all of the same size? Wait a minute. No, they're variable size. It seems like it's always non-zero numbers. Maybe we could send a 0. So copy 0M. Okay, now on the receiver side of things, you're going to grab grab 300, copy. I don't like how that works. No, we're not gonna grab 300 yet. This is just going to be making a copy of the file. So you're gonna make, and then you're going to copy M to X, and then test it to see if it's 0. And if it is, we're gonna have to go to purge. But if it's not true, we'll do stuff. But let's prototype this. So if it is true, I'm sorry, if it's false, if it's not a 0, then we're gonna copy it to our file. So we have done no changes yet, which is a little annoying. I wish we could, but we can't use up the well, this could work. Yeah, okay, we're gonna make another EXA. And all it's gonna do, it's gonna grab 300, it's going to link 800, link 800, and then it's going to, this one's gonna be in local mode. It's going to copy F into M. This will be its main. So mark main, copy F into M. Well. So we don't have to keep on seeking. Copy X, F into X, and then copy X into M, and then jump. In local mode. It's going to be in here and just keep on broadcasting SSEA. So this one is going to test to see if X equals 0. If it is, it's done. Let's actually make this work happening over here. So the receiver, first thing you do is you're going to link uh, 800. Do I want to do that? Kinda no. Well, I am. I'm gonna have to have a receiver main though, I think. So mark main 2. So you're making a file, you're gonna copy the value we got from, we're in global mode. So copy the file. This'll work, it's just really weird. So test if X equals 0, if it is, you're done. Then I want to test X. Well, this might not work. Air mode. No, how are we gonna do that? We can't do that. It's not gonna work. Never mind. Get rid of all this. This whole thing, it was a waste of time. We'll make a copy of the file in here. Right here. So we're sitting here with the file. Then we're gonna make another EXA that will do the 300 thing. So yeah, I was trying to output the right one, but I can't be outputting to a file while also reading from a file to figure out what the value SSEA is. And I can't store it there because I'm reading it in from... I need a third hand, basically, in order to do that. Or another register. So... you're making a file, you're making a copy of it. Once you reach 0, you're done. Otherwise, jump to receiver. Or, well, jump to receive loop. Okay, and once we're done, drop the file. Well, we can't drop the file. We need someone else to go and tell us about it. Yeah, that's a problem. So repla get me 300. Switch to mode, switch to local mode, and then copy from M to our X. Because we can't put our file down because we won't know how to pick it up again. We have no way of knowing the number of our file. It's just randomly assigned when you hit make, right? I don't think there's any way to know the name of the file. No, there is, but I'd have. Well, I'm dropping it so that I can copy something else into our X register. So it wouldn't help to... Anyway, copy M to X. Why am I copying M to X? Yeah, because that's gonna give me my SSEA. So you down here get me 300 are going to grab 300, copy F M, switch to mode first before we copy, so we don't need to do it twice, and then halt. And now you're gonna switch back your mode. And what? Now we need to walk our file again. So mark purge file. Make sure we're at the beginning. Seek -999. Well, let's just see how we are from so far. Like, what's happening? Is this gonna work? So we enter the code. You made a copy. Now you are going in, and you know that you're looking for a 209. So you're grabbing 209, and now you're gonna start sending it. You've made a copy, and now you're just dropping it. Why are we making more guys? Oh. How'd it get to purge already? Wait a minute. Copy X to F. Okay, then jump to receiver loop. And now wait. We got a 0. Why did we get a 0? Did you send a 0? Oh, wait a minute. You're not at the end of the file. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Jump, read file. Whoops. In fact, that's the complete reverse way of doing that. Read file. This doesn't need to be marked. No, we're taking a long time to do this one. Okay, so now we got the full file, right? That was the full file? What are you doing? Oh, you're already back here. Looking for your next one. But nobody's gonna be receiving you for a while, so you're stopped for a bit. So... well, actually, this one's going to be receiving you. But that's okay. It's okay, I think. So EXA1 well, we're making a lot of these. This area is getting kind of full. EXA1 did not have a chance. But okay, that's actually what I want. I want this EXA0 to finish up his bit first. And then EXA1 can do his bit. So EXA0 is just grabbing 300, copying it in, and then dying. Okay, now EXA0 is going to the beginning of their file, and then they're failing. It looks like it's working though. Yeah, so you did your thing. Let's get out of the way so the next one can arrive. If we end up with like a really short file followed by a really long file followed by a really short file, they might end up overfearing, but that probably won't happen. Here, go ahead and link to 800. And now this will be the purge file loop. So you're going to test f equal is less than, no, is greater than x. No, it's less than x, because it's gonna have the SSEC in it, and C is greater. So test if it's greater, and if it is, it's something we need to replace. So if not, then you can just go to the next, you can just continue on. Wait a minute. So if it's not, then jump Well, no, wait, no. If it's not, then we need to test to see if we're at the end of the file. So... either way, we're gonna have a jump here. So if jump, then check if end. If true, then we do some replacement, and then we jump to, well, then we're at check if end. So then we're testing EOF. And if true, then we finalize. Otherwise, we jump to purge file loop. Okay, so if this is true, then we need to do the replacement. So seek -1, and then copy X to F. I think that'll work if this sign is the right way around. Okay. So you've got this, you're testing to see if it's less than, and it wasn't. So continue, continue. Okay, and that was, now this is where it should come back as true. It does. And then we go back one, replace it, and continue. Okay, and to finalize, what we do is we halt. I think. Oh. Something went wrong. Here, let's just... So I think it might be this communication here that's going wrong. So XAO has a file right now, and it is starting to clear it out. So 400 was fine. No, it's still got an SEC in it. It's supposed to only have SCAs. No, it says okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is the new one. It's purging. So it's gonna purge fine. It didn't. There. And then this guy comes out and grabs it and puts it in, and it's okay. In the meantime, this seems like it's so far so good. Why is there a problem? So XA2 is now going through and replacing. Is it like if it's the last value? Maybe it doesn't work? That was right. That was fine. This is a big file. Oh, that might be the problem. We might have overlapping there, but I don't think so. So both 3 and 4 now are going through and purging. And both of them have the right X. The problem is they're doing it in the wrong order. No? That worked? Where's XA4? That worked too? Which one failed? So 405. We can't see it, but it's working. Okay, wait, get to the next halt. That looks fine. Error. Oh, I missed it too. Huh. Okay, so it's the 205. The second 205? Oh, I missed it again. Okay, so it's EXA6. That's the issue. The numbers are different each time, aren't they? So no, they're the same numbers. I got 405 and it's happy with it, right? Yeah. EXA6, what are you doing? Looks good. I don't know what the issue is. So is that the right order? Yeah, that one's fine. It's this 205 that's the problem. So it's the one that 7 has, not 6. So 7.
Let's go.
Oh, where? 7, you're done with yours, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, the other one finished first. That's the issue. They're getting reversed. Okay. I'm not sure how to fix that. I mean, of course, there's an obvious way to fix it. There's to make it so that we don't begin receiving the next one until this one finishes purging. But that seems wasteful. We could have some sort of communication over here. Although that's just kind of kicking the can down the road to when you get 2. Oh, let's just go with something more simple. We'll just have it so that, so let's say right now, you create a receiver every time you do this. The receiver makes a file and then grabs it all. So this bit here we want to get rid of, I think. Yeah, after you copy, then just halt. And then you, instead of when you're finalizing, after you grab, you have to drop your thing, and then link -1, and now you're the new one. Jump main. Okay, let's see if that works. It's gonna be so much slower because we could used to be able to have 2 of them going at once. No, there's gotta be a faster way to do that. To make it so that during this communication, we're checking to see if it's the wrong value and inserting the right value. But I'm not seeing a way. Well. Well, this is working. It's just very slow. Very slow. Wow. Well, we've established a good baseline from which to optimize. It's not that bad off. Like, it looks like we should be finishing like around 8,000 cycles and we're finishing in 10,000. So we're not that far off from where we should be. Let's continue editing. We'll make a second solution. So my thought is that we could have an intermediary kind of right here. Let me see. So you're copying everything right here, you're reading from the file, and you're copying everything straight over to here. And the receiver is then copying, looking for zeros. I wonder what happens when I kill someone who's holding a file. Let's just test that. So like here. Halt. And then we'll make a copy. So grab 300 and then no op a bunch. And then no op, kill, no op. What happens to the file? So you grabbed it. Now you're gonna get killed. The file just falls down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like this. I like this. This is turning out to be a better. This is kind of working in my head a little better. So we'll switch this around. We'll make this guy go back to being the main guy. Well, no, we can't do it that way. It still needs to be the intermediary that becomes the next main. Is this gonna help? I don't know. It'll probably help. Okay, so we have the receiver. The receiver's right here, and it's not going to copy into a file. Let's actually make this a little better. So replicate, not a receiver. Replicate an intermediary. And we'll make him right here. So mark intermediary. So the intermediary is going to copy from M to its X. It'll need to test for 0. And if so, go to purge. Otherwise, it needs to test for well, it needs to have access to... We're kind of running into the same problem, where we need to have access to multiple things at once. We need to be reading from the 300 and the... Well, actually, you can be holding the 300 this entire time. So the intermediary, first thing you do is you grab the 300. And then you can test. If it's equal to 0, then you purge. Or you can test if it's equal to F, or whether it's greater than or less than F. F contains the EA, so no, if it's greater than F. And if that's true, then true jump to replacer and mark replacer. Well, if it's not true, then you pass it on. If it is true, then you have to replace. So copy, well, seek -1, copy F to X, and then pass it on. To pass it on, we're going to link 800, switch our mode, copy X to M, switch the mode back, and link -1, and then jump back into our intermediary loop. Yeah, because this should be a loop. This is more complicated than the other way, but I think it's gonna work better. So right now we're not even doing anything with receiver. Receiver never gets made. We need to make a new purge too. Like this entire purge file thing is gonna go away. Receiver loop is gonna be very different. So making the intermediary is going to just also make the receiver, and you are going to make a file and then link 800 and be in local mode, and then you're just going to sit there and receive it. Okay, and when you think you're done and we need to finish, mark purge, you're going to link 800. Well, first of all, you're gonna drop, you're gonna link 800, you're gonna kill, and then you're going to link -1 and jump main. I think that'll work. Let's see where it goes wrong. This is complicated. Okay, so first of all, we need to turn off our debug mode. Alright, enter the password. Okay, we made the intermediary. And you are going to... why do we have 2? Because you immediately made a receiver. that's going to go here. Okay, and now I need to look at these. I need to pull them out. Okay, so XA is the one in, well, I need to see. XA is in there, and you're just gonna write over and over again. You just received the first value. You're testing to see if it's 0. It's not. So you're testing to see if it's greater than your file, which is unviewable because I can't scroll on that. But your file was SSEA. It doesn't, which will come back false because every number's less than every number is comparisons from strings to numbers is always false. So you're passing it on, you're switching to local mode, and now you're copying it in, and then you're switching back to global mode and coming back. Why didn't you receive it? You should have received it. No, you got it. You got it. Cannot read past end of file. Okay, wait. What just happened there? You don't have a file. You do. You have 300. Wait a minute. I did it seek -1, didn't I? That's the wrong one. It's this one. I need to go back one step. Here. I have to seek -1 here to also put it back at the beginning of the file all the time. We're doing a lot of seeking in this one file, which is kind of annoying. There, let me just see what's happening here. It didn't work. It's halted. Okay, so now we have this guy, XA0, is reading. It just read a 9965. It's passing it on, so it's linking there. It's switching to local mode, giving it to this guy, switching back to global mode, going back home, and now it's trying to read the next thing. It's got the 5796. Is it equal to 0? No. Is it greater than F? It's F. It's the wrong spot. When am I? I thought this would have done it. No. We'll need to do it down here too. Well, might as well just do it at the top. So seek. Right here, seek to the very beginning of the file. I bet that's faster. Because now we're actually doing the seeking in the middle of it. We're doing the replacement in the middle of it. I don't know. It doesn't seem faster. Now we've got a lot more. That copy step, instead of just being a one thing, is now 3 checks, and then 2 copies. So we might have actually increased our cycle count. It's hard to know. We certainly increased our activity count. with all the linking. Oh, I think we're worse. Look at our activity count. We're so much more than everybody. Okay, wait a minute. Let's compare that to our previous run. So we're actually slower and taking up much more time. How is everyone else doing it? How is this all like right here? I'm missing something because I usually don't end up so much worse than everyone else. I mean, look at that. We're like a third again more cycles than everybody.
Let's go.
So other people have that really low activity counts too. Like, it's clear that almost everybody is only translating once. They're not like linking back and forth over and over again and switching between local and global modes all the time. Now I hate feeling stupid. This is frustrating. It's getting the right track. So what if, so this one up here has just copied in a value. It's just grabbed a value from the file and sent it over M. Now we have two guys in here. We've got one that receives the value. And no, we have one guy in here. When he receives the value, and he makes a copy of himself. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Let's try this again. So, new solution. We'll make a copy of our first one because it was better. Okay, and let's just... The whole reading is working fine, so it's all this bit that needs to go. And let's leave 300 back here. We don't need to move it. We can do the work back here. So you're gonna make a new guy. Once you've inserted this, you're gonna make a receiver. So mark receiver, and the receiver is going to link. Well, we could do all the work here. I mean, we might as well. Why bother linking all that much? So yeah, grab 300, go forward, and drop it. Then enter the code, and then go in and grab the first file and start sending it over the yeah. Now you're gonna make a receiver. The receiver is now sitting right here, and it is going to receive the file, receive it. So copy M into X. And now you're gonna make a copy yourself. Repla. We're gonna have, so there's always gonna be 2 copies, and one of them will always die. And the other one will copy it into the file. So actually, let's have this one, well, so it's about how do we pick up the file again? How do we know which one of the 2 is gonna have the file? I guess we're gonna have to well, no, I get it. Okay, we'll send it on to a 3rd one. Yeah, I like that. That's gonna work. So we'll send it on to a 3rd one. So you're gonna make, as soon as you start your receiving, you are going to repla an accumulator. And the accumulator is going to be in local mode. They should all be in local mode, so we should just, yeah. We'll do the copy first and switch our modes. Well, I mean, if the accumulator is already going to have the file. No, this can't be part of our loop. The accumulator's gotta be outside of this. So the main is gonna have to make a receiver and a communicator. Maybe? It's a little messy to me. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. So the accumulator is going to be in local mode all the time, and all it's going to do is going to have a simple accumulator loop.
Let's go.
Later loop. You're going to make your file. Excuse me. So your accumulator loop. You know, I don't even need a copy of 0. That whole thing was a bad idea. Instead, you're just gonna go and kill the accumulator. So link. We might have to wait some time. We'll have to see how long this process takes. But you're going to be linking -1, linking 800, kill, right? I think so. I think this will work. Like, we're not going to have the same out of sync issue because the receiver is going to be done. It's not going to have to, there's not going to be a long, well, you're going to spend more time stuck waiting because you're going to be sitting in this line. So I think it's okay to have that. So kill, then link -1, and then go to main. Okay, the receiver is receiving from, okay, so you just sent like 5,000, and now the receiver's sitting here, and it switched to local mode, and it's going to make a copy of itself. Check if repla. So the one that I am now it's not holding a file. It's gonna pass on the the one I am now is holding a file. So I'll make the receiver hold the file. Yeah, so receiver copy. No, this will be part of the receiver loop, not just this receiver begin. Well, okay, yeah, receiver and receiver loop. So receiver, you are going to grab the file. And you're going to make a copy of yourself that has the X value in it. Does that make any sense at all? I think this will work. I think it'll work. So this is going to be most numbers. And we'll mark most numbers. Test if X is... What do you have to compare it to? You don't have anything to compare it to. This isn't working. This is not the right idea.
Let's go.
Why am I doing this? Because I don't have the file. So what am I don't need to make 2 copies. What am I This is exactly like my second solution, except for I'm not doing the linking. Wait a minute. Let me just go back to my second solution. So what was going on here? Why was I moving around? Why didn't I have my my receiver sitting in this same place as the intermediary? Because we wanted to kill it in the right spot. Right. But we could have had the receiver be down here also.
Let's go.
You know what? I'm gonna go with that. I think I know how to improve it, but it's making my head hurt, and this has already been going on an hour. That was a lot of work just to play one game. Think it'll be worth it? We'll see. This is exciting. Time to play! Your third phone line. Told them it was for business purposes. To explore the system. You mean to break the law? Although I think telemarketing should be illegal also. Anyway, I am unhappy with our performance here, but for what it's worth, we did get to a solution, and I have an idea for how to fix that with a lot less activity. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be in the middle here. I'm thinking we're still gonna be like in the upper range. I'm gonna have to look up what other people are doing, because there's gotta be a better way to do it than what was my approach. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me over this very long episode. Till next time.